Like this video and subscribe to the channel right now, and get 1 week of amazing luck. Fish are some of the weirdest vertebrates on Earth, and some fish are definitely more bizarre than others. In the following video, you'll discover 10 of the strangest fish in the world's oceans, ranging from the laughter-provoking blobfish to the human-faced fish. Number 10. The Asian Sheepshead Ras. They coined the name razz from the Cornish word hag or old woman. Over time, this fish got the tag because of its physical looks. People who've seen it say that it has an exaggerated face of a classic Disney witch. This is because of its protruding chin and forehead. We don't know a lot about this animal, but we do know it has an oversized face. The males have more extensive and knobby mugs. They become more attractive to the females during the mating season. One evidence showing that this animal is attractive during mating season is that the newly hatched Asian sheepshead has an ordinary head. This fish inhabits the Asian borders as it's found in water bodies around Asian countries. The largest species dominate the Pacific Ocean in Japan but are also found in the North and South Korea. The Asian Sheepshead Ras has a relatively long lifespan as it lives for up to 20 years on average. Number 9. Psychedelic Frogfish. Frogfish are some of the strangest creatures on the planet. They don't have scales but have other appendages and groats on their body. You rarely notice them because they're covered with algae. Of all the species of frogfish, the psychedelic frogfish is the strangest. Discovered in 2009 in Indonesian waters, it has a large and flat face, giant mouth, beady blue eyes, and a striped white-orange-tan pattern that allows it to blend with the surrounding corals. For prey confused by its appearance and trying to come close, the animal reveals its luring appendage on its forehead resembling a wriggling worm. The psychedelic frogfish keeps its eggs attached to their bodies to protect them from predators. Females have large clusters of eggs up to 220. Number 8. Goblin Shark. You can't help but stare in awe when you encounter the Goblin Shark. This creature is the deep-sea equivalent of Ridley Scott's Alien. It's characterized by its long, narrow upper snout on its head and its shark teeth at the bottom of the mouth. It forcibly ejects the lower jaws and reels its victim in when it's around its prey. It's hard to maintain your composure if you encounter this animal, but you're not at risk that much. This is because the goblin shark is a sluggish animal. They would likely not overtake you, allowing you to run for your dear life. It seems to be the only living representative of a family of sharks that survived through the early Cretaceous period dating back to 125 million years ago. It's this longevity that makes this animal unique among its peers. Its feeding style and appearance are also rare among the League of Fishes. Number 7. Human-Faced Fish. Fishing is an occupation that has spanned several centuries. Every year, anglers unveil strange creatures that roam the waters. Some of these revelations are so scary that you would think someone is playing a fast one on you. In China, an angler captured the moment a human-faced fish was swimming in the water. When this clip was released on the internet, people wondered if it was real or probably one of those clips published to deceive viewers. The marine creature had some odd markings on its face, and so it looked so much like a human. Its eyes, nose, and mouth are like humans. Similar sightings have been spotted in Taiwan and the UK. In 2010, a British man captured a carp and brought it home. A few months later, the creature developed facial features like a human. He could not make any meaning from the discovery except that the animal didn't have all of those markings when he captured it. 1 year later, another Taiwan resident was astonished to find a black and white carp with human features in a government-run pond. Number 6. The Toothpick Fish. The toothpick fish is one of the few identified parasitic fish globally. They spend almost their entire lives in the villas of the giant catfish of the Amazon River. That isn't unusual enough, as other factors make this animal feature in a script. One of such factors is the belief that this creature has a unique attraction to the human urethra. If you venture into the water where they hover around, you might be forced to be cautious of your moves because they could lurk by. They would painfully parasitize anyone unfortunate not to see them fast. Thankfully, there are rare cases of their attacks. One of them happened to a 23-year-old man in 1997 when the victim was asked to narrate his experience at sea. His testimony didn't match the animal's description. After a forensic investigation, the researchers concluded by saying that the odds of the toothpick fish lodging in one's urethra is the same as being struck by lightning while being eaten by a shark simultaneously. Number 5. Blob Fish. I pity the blobfish because it's one of those sea creatures that nature forces to adapt to harsh weather. It lives between 3,000 and 4,000 feet below water, where it looks like an ordinary fish. However, when it's hauled to the surface, its body expands into a funny blob comprising an enormous nose and a face that resembles an outcast human. Based on the appearance of other members of the fathead sculpin, researchers think that this animal looks a lot like its natural environment. This gelatinous sea creature grew to withstand extreme deep-sea pressure while allowing the fish to float on the seafloor and ingest organic matter. When it's removed from its usual high-pressure environment, it swells and becomes the nightmare of any fisherman that encounters it. If you've seen the movie Men in Black 3, you'll understand how bizarre it is. In fact, many viewers thought it wasn't a real animal but a special effect made by the producers. Number 4. The yellow boxfish. The yellow boxfish is the marine equivalent of the rectangular watermelons they sell in Japan. This animal lives on coral reefs of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. They feed on small invertebrates and algae, and it's unclear why the yellow boxfish differs from the usual flat and slender-bodied animal, but it's pretty fast on the water. This speed may be credited to its fins rather than its body shape. Did you know that in 2006 Mercedes-Benz unveiled a concept car modeled after the yellow boxfish? If you've seen the creature alongside the vehicle, you'll understand the motivation behind it. Adult yellow boxfish are solitary and live on deeper coastal slopes and lagoons, while the larval fish settle on sheltered rocky and coral reefs. In Australia, you can find yellow boxfish around the central coast of Western Australia, near the tropical north, and down the east coast of Sydney. Number 3. The moonfish. When it comes to appearance, the moonfish is nothing special. You might even overlook it if you came across it in an aquarium. You can argue that it's an ordinary fish that is not worthy of mention here, but you can hear me out. It's not its external factors that make it unique, but its internal ones. It is the first warm-blooded fish to be identified. This means that they can generate its body heat and maintain a temperature of 10 degrees Fahrenheit above the temperature of the water. This animal's physiology endows it with more energy as it travels for thousands of miles. This also helps to sustain itself in a challenging deep-sea environment. The baffling question remains, if endothermy is a positive adaptation, why haven't other fish evolved as well? Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take me 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal: you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribes button and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 15 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 2. Atlantic wolfish. The Atlantic wolfish, also called Anoricus lupus, is one of the world's strangest fish species. It tops this list for many reasons. First, it's equipped with a pair of uncanny wolf-like jaws and sharp incisors in front and shredding teeth that help it crush its diet of hard-shell crustaceans and mollusks. Another reason that makes this animal unique is that it inhabits the ever-frigid Atlantic waters. It produces antifreeze proteins that prevent its blood from congealing at temperatures as low as 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Although this uncommon chemical component makes swell fish unattractive as food fish, it's caught so often that it's on the verge of extinction. And to our best pick, even if you have fishes of weird species all your life, I bet you have never seen this before. Number 1. The oscillated icefish. Most of the vertebrate animals on Earth use the protein hemoglobin or variant to carry oxygen. This gives the blood its red color. Ironically, not all vertebrates fall into this category. The oscillated icefish's blood is hemoglobin-free. It has water-like blood one may confuse for water. This Antarctic fish uses whatever oxygen dissolves into its blood straight from its oversized gills. The advantage is that blood is efficiently pumped around the animal's body and is less viscous. One disadvantage is that this icefish has to settle for a low-energy lifestyle because extended bursts of activity deplete its oxygen reserves. The animal's large heart may move the oxygen around its body using plasma rather than hemoglobin. It may also absorb oxygen through its skin.